Hey, and welcome back to Not Another Teacher podcast. I am your host, Martin Malone, aka the Teacher's PT. And yeah, we are going into week 4, which is mad because by the end of this week, I'm going to have done my first month. And do you know what? I am so happy that I've done this. Like, the feedback I've got off all of you is absolutely amazing. The conversations I've been having off the back of it, everything that way, I just absolutely love. And to me, it's more about as well, like consistency with things, growing into things. Like, this podcast is 100% going to evolve over time. I know it is. It kind of already has, from me doing in that first week of just kind of winging it on what shall I talk about now, to these last couple of weeks really thinking about a topic and taking a deep dive into it. Like, we've done diet and we've done training, and this week I really want to focus on mindset, because I think mindset is important, and it is something that doesn't really get talked a lot about in the fitness industry. It doesn't really get talked about when you're on a diet. It doesn't really get talked about with anything. Yeah, it is the most important part. If your mindset is not right, you are not going to get to where you want to be. It doesn't matter if you're sticking to the calories. It doesn't matter if you're doing your training at the start. That is going to fall off without the right mindset. And that is not me being negative or coming from a negative place. To me, it's just like the most important part of the journey. Like, the same way I would say you in the classroom are the most important part of that child's education. Like, if you are gone, it doesn't matter what else is there. Those kids are not going to learn. They need a teacher to push them on. And in that same aspect, you need the right mindset to get you to where you want to be. That's why inside the program, we have so much of a focus on it. Like, we focus so much on it. We provide 2 webinars a week, which we also turn into podcasts, which are a little bit longer than this. I managed to talk for about an hour on them. So if you enjoy that, might be worth thinking about that. But we really focus on that. And like, I would say 7 out of the 8 webinars a week are on mindset, because that is the biggest thing. And this week, I want to talk to you about it. And I want to talk to you about 5 of the key things I think are important on mindset. There is definitely more to mindset, but these are the big 5 that I want to focus on. And that is that you have to come first. Like, that is what we're going to talk about today. Then during the week, we're going to look at you accepting where you're at. You understanding that this isn't a journey that is going to be defined by where you are in a week or where you are in a month. Us also understanding why boundaries are key. And lastly, understanding how you can pick happiness over pleasure to get the best rewards. So yeah, we will absolutely dive into it today with the first one of these, which is you have to come first. Now, being a teacher, like, I don't think anyone gets into teaching for anything else apart from the holidays. Like, and that's a joke, by the way. Like, I'm the first one to know that those holidays aren't holidays. The amount of time you do work in half terms, in the Easter break, in the Christmas break, in summer getting your classroom ready. Like, you're lucky if you get maybe 2 weeks where you can chill. But what people do get into teaching for is because you've got a passion to help others, because you want to help push people on. And the trouble when you are like that is it is so easy to turn up for everyone else, but not turn up for yourself. It is so easy to put work first, to put the kids first, to put your family first, to put friends first, to put everybody else first, and leave yourself just to the wayside. I would say you are lucky in teaching if you're on the ladder, never mind at the bottom of it. Like, and that's one thing which is a massive mindset to change. And I've been in the place where you don't put yourself first, and it's awful. Like, you spend your time giving it to work. You say yes to everything because you don't want to disappoint or let down. You want to turn up for your school as much as possible. And this ends up with you being a burnt out, wrecked mess. Like, it does. And then because you are giving so much to the job, you feel guilty about neglecting your family and your friends. So then you turn up for them next. And then you're already burnt out, you're already frustrated, you're already absolutely drained. And then you're given whatever you've got left to your family and your friends, which in one way is commendable, but in the other same way, like, you're not actually turning up for either properly. So it's kind of a lose-lose. Like, you are feeling miserable, you are feeling tired, you are feeling drained, and you're also not turning up for the school or your friends or your family how you should. And that's why it is important to put yourself first, because when you start setting those boundaries, which we're going to talk about later on in the week, when you start setting them, when you start making your health a priority, when you start making your mental health a priority, saying no to things in work, saying no to certain events with family or friends because you want to turn up in the right way, that is powerful. Like, I have had so many people work with me where they talk about the fact that when they start working together with me, the difference is that they start putting themselves first. And when they start putting themselves first, their family, their friends, staff at school comment on how much happier they are, how much more of a joy they are to be around. Not that they were a misery beforehand, but sometimes that stress and pressure can get on top of you. And it all results in you being in a far better place and you actually turning up for everyone the way that you truly want to, because you've put yourself first, you've rested, you've recovered, you've restored your energy, you've restored your internal battery so that you can actually turn up and be present, not be sitting there, on your phone, texting away, not being on your laptop or your iPad, typing away while you're watching the kids. Like, being present by saying no to all the extracurricular activities. And don't get me wrong, say yes to one or two, which are going to help you, but don't say yes to them all. But by saying no to them, by saying no to being on some of these committees, by saying no to some of this extra workload, then you are going to have more energy as well. And that's going to mean that you can turn up at the most important part in the classroom rather than being worried about, oh my God, I've got so much work to do. I wish the kids would just get lost so that I could do my proper work. Like, your proper work is looking after those kids and giving them that education. And that's one thing that does get lost in teaching because of the amount of workload, because everyone says yes, and because you're not putting yourself first. So if you feel tired, drained, lethargic, fed up, frustrated, or anything else, I am telling you now, the first thing to do is change that mindset. Remember that when you are saying yes to everything, you are taking the easy route out. You are taking the route which is causing less discomfort at the time, but is going to cause so much resentment by the end. And you are going to feel that fed up, that frustration, that just zapped energy. Instead, you need to start doing the right thing, which is looking out for yourself, which is going to be more selfless because you're uncomfortable in the moment, but you are going to feel better, which is then going to transfer to every single other person around you. So kind of went off on a bit of a rant on that one, but I think it was quite a powerful one to start the week when we're looking at this mindset. And I would love your feedback on it. And if you are struggling to put yourself first, if you aren't too sure how to do it, drop me a message and we will chat about it. And we will either just talk on Instagram. I love a good voice note. I'll probably send you a few. And I've got quite a few webinars there that I think could help massively. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you've enjoyed it, drop me 5-star reviews. Give me a message on Instagram to let me know. And remember, if you're struggling, shoot me that message. I will help 100% no matter what. And it's at the Teachers PT on Instagram, just in case you forgot.